here we have another example of another framework, and this framework is about organizational learning. This framework is quite complex, but it's very useful. It's also very useful because it shows how an organization learns. So it says that some learning comes from the individuals to the organization. Like maybe one individual has an idea, then it shares with the group. That process is called interpreting. Then from the group, it moves to the whole organization. That's called integrating. And then this loop of learning goes back to the individual, which is from the organization to the individual. And that one is called institutionalizing. So, and then again, uh, individuals learn again or intuit something new, and then they can do it again. They can do the cycle again. This one is very useful in case that you want to show how a new practice was institutionalized. And if you can track where it came from and how it moved forward, then it can be very interesting. Usually accounting systems are believed to be good at moving from here to here, right? Because when you build an accounting system, you are telling everyone how to do things, right? It's like maybe you are teaching someone how to register sales, like what we are doing in the other subject that some of you are taking with me in strategic accounting. I am teaching you how to account um, for sales, right? So I am doing exactly something like this. I am I am moving from a broad view, which is the NIF and the IFRS, to the individual. So I am teaching you how to do things. So sometimes people study accounting systems from this perspective. How does the system help people to intuit things and help them to do what you want to do? So this will be a second example of a framework. As I said, this one is quite complex, but it's still interesting. And finally, this one, which I already suggested to one of the groups, I think it's the group who's doing construction. And this framework it's about kind of empowerment to individuals. This framework talks about the effect that the control system might have on the individuals. It says that there are two options. It can be coercive or it can be enabling. Enabling is more related to empowering individuals, and coercive is the contrary, is to not give them any power. And the framework, and this is when the framework becomes very useful. The framework divides the control system in four different categories. One is repair, which is how can I fix if there is something wrong in the system? So according to the coercive system, repair has to be done by someone else, like employees and individuals in the organization shouldn't know how to fix something. It's like a copy machine. Like when there is a problem with the copy machine, the copy machine is designed so that a normal person doesn't know how to fix it. You need to call an expert. That will be coercive. And the enabling approach is different. In the enabling approach, in the enabling system, when something goes wrong, any person should be able to repair the system. You should empower and you should train your employees to be able to fix the system. That is something different. Then it has other categories. Internal transparency, that means that everyone in the organization knows what they are doing. So in coercive, some people don't know what they are doing, like in a manufacturing factory, for instance. They don't really know what they are doing in the end. They are just doing their part of the chain and that's it. And in enabling is different. In enabling, you know what will be the goal or the objective of what you are doing. So maybe coercive can be like a manufacturing factory, and enabling can be like tech professors, because we know where we want to go in the end, and we are doing our job, but we know what we're doing. Then we have global transparency and flexibility, which are other two categories. So as you can see, the frameworks always help you to structure your data. And if you use the framework, it becomes really easy to do the analysis. Well, not easy, it becomes easier because otherwise it's almost impossible. So like if you decide to use this, you can use these four criteria, these four dimensions to analyze the system. And then you can also categorize them by being coercive or enabling. So maybe if someone is studying empowering, if a system is empowering employees or not empowering them, then you can maybe use this framework, and maybe you can say this this characteristic or this criteria of the system is being enabling, and these two are coercive. And then because it's not coherent, then the system is very confusing and it causes some problems. That is an interesting finding, right? So this will be another example of a framework. uh, I think I will stop in here. Now I will give you time so that you can think about the framework that you want to use. There are, I don't know, thousands of different frameworks. Some are more popular than others. So please let me know if you have any questions. For today's activity, you have to choose a framework that you want to work with, and justify this choice. So the activity which should be done today. It's about choosing the framework. Then you should describe the framework. In one paragraph, you don't have to be that detailed. One paragraph is enough. Then provide examples of other studies who have used that framework. And finally, the justification of your choice. Why do you think this will be useful for you when choosing this framework? So I think that will be all. If you are doing quantitative or if you are not sure about your methodology, please watch the next video. If not, it's okay.